de Ciudad de México, Jhonny González. También de Ciudad de México, the reigning, defending WBC Super Bantamweight Champion of the World, Israel Magnifico Vázquez.
Oscar Larios, he knocked out Ivan Choco Hernandez. He's on a red-hot streak with a record of 40 wins and 3 losses. And you can see the difference in body styles right away. González exceptionally long-armed for this weight class. Vázquez by far the more compact fighter.
At this stage right here, González has got Vázquez reaching. Every time that Vázquez is starting to go in, he's kind of losing his balance because González is keeping him at a good distance right now.
González moving to his left, sticking the jab.
He's making Vázquez stretch.
So far it's a jabbing contest, and if that's to stay the case, then maybe González has the advantage. He's so much longer. Left hook grazes across Vázquez for González. Vázquez starting to get a little closer. Already he's about 6 inches closer into punching range than he was before.
And I think that even though González blocked that left hook, quite sure he got his attention. You could feel the punching power of Vázquez.
Still a jabbing contest more or less to this point. Now Vázquez goes with the left hook to the body and backs González up. Vázquez blocking the 1-2 upstairs.
González throws very straight punches, a very economical fighter. You can see how good his defense is. He's going to look for Vázquez, try to lure him in to an opening.
Vázquez said no question at this stage he's a better defender than Mark Johnson or Ivan Choco Hernandez. This will be a more difficult challenge for me.
At this stage, González is fighting the perfect fight. Basic boxing, keeping good balance, using his left hand, keeping the distance between the two of them, moving around, just doing basic, simple boxing.
González's father has trained him up to this point. They brought in Oscar Suarez for this fight the first time, trying to improve González's technique.
Well, at this point, he looks great. He's doing everything and keeping the fight at a distance where he can operate, and Vázquez cannot get his rhythm together.
Well, you've worked with Suarez before. What kind of a trainer is he?
Suarez is a good trainer and a very nice man, too. We worked together with Nassim Hamed. He's the Puerto Rican that's infiltrating the Mexican boxing world now.
Interesting. But, hey, that's what's happening to our sport. Increasing globalization, increasing cross-pollination. You already made the point tonight about how you can no longer define a fighter's style by the geographic locale from which he comes. Eastern European fighters are boxer-punchers now. Mexicans box. All sorts of germination in the sport.
That's correct. As a matter of fact, we was at the press conference. Milton McCrory, who hadn't been at a fight in nearly 20 years in Vegas, he couldn't believe all of the Mexicans he saw there. He was surprised to see no big guys.
Yeah, what, these are all little guys, Emmanuel, right?
Yeah, I say, what's good? What's the welterweight?
Vázquez landed. First round was a boxing round. Jhonny González's defensive skills and long jab seemed to be preeminent in the first half of the round. Israel Vázquez got inside and fired a couple of big shots toward the end. González jabbing just at the moment when Israel Vázquez tried to throw a right hand over the top. If González can time his jabs that well all night, he'll be in good shape.
González is fighting a very good fight right now. Keeping and even when he finishes up with his combinations, he gets right back at a distance again.
And even when he misses his punches, he creates range.
Yep, and he's jabbing and hooking, mixing up his left hand just enough to keep Vázquez a little confused.
Just saw him hook off the jab.
Yes.
A dying skill in the sport, but some fighters still have it.
I'm somewhat surprised with it at how easy he's controlling the fight, and if he can continue to do this, he's going to make this an easy fight.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if Vázquez can maintain his composure and stay in his envelope and keep trying to find opportunities without getting ragged, because things have come so easily recently for Israel Vázquez that a hard fight will be a whole new experience for him.
And he may get caught himself right there, because I see it, even though González is boxing, he's still looking to shoot some good power shots in there.
This is more like ice compared to the fire of the first fight or the last fight. Just a really good toe-to-toe boxing. González, the taller.
Good left hook inside by González. The jab keeps Israel Vázquez at range. González still getting the best of it well into round 2.
You're right, Larry. This is nowhere near as exciting, but I'm really enjoying this a lot because I'm looking at a guy that's putting on a beautiful display of boxing skills right here.
Well, if you're as tall as González and you know how to box and you can take a punch, you're awfully difficult to beat.
Yeah, and he's not only punching pretty good, too. He's fighting a perfect fight.
He lost his first 2 professional fights, by the way.
González did allow Vázquez to successfully step inside his jab and fire a couple of inside punches about 30 seconds ago. But most of the time, Vázquez has been out on a tether at the end of a string, kept there by González's long punches. Now Vázquez trying to double up on his punches to get something done.
But he couldn't get a rhythm. Once he landed at one jab or so, right where González went right back, he never let him get a really good rhythm to going.
Well, let's take a look at the next up. I believe it was when he stepped inside and managed to land one left hook. That's the punching power that makes Vázquez so dangerous at every moment.
He's a good puncher, but he's got to be able to get in range for this. Very hard for him to get 2 or 3 punches together. He may land one, and that's about it. But González has a good chin himself also and good experience.
We asked Vázquez yesterday if the long-armed Jhonny González is a better fighter than the long-armed Oscar Larios, whom he knocked out at the end of last year, and he said yes, he's more technically skilled, he's a better defender.
And he's using his range. A lot of guys be tall, but they bend down and they don't use their range. He uses range. Even when he shoots his punches, he keeps them at a long distance where he finishes up still with a distance.
González given credit by CompuBox for throwing 104 punches in the second round, 81 of them jabs, landing 17. 81 jabs in the round. That's boxing.
And he's dropping a few power punches in there that opportunity gets too.
But Vázquez is never out of the fight at any moment
because
of his proven power.
Yeah, Vázquez is still a puncher. He can turn everything around with one punch. And that's pretty much what he's going to have to do, because I don't think he's going to be able to do it with a series of combinations.
I think his best punch is his uppercut. He's been nowhere near close enough to throw that yet.
After the first fight, the crowd here is sitting back and enjoying what appears to them to be just a sparring session.
Hard right hand by González over the top. Vázquez wanted to answer back right away with his own right hand, was just a little short. That's the length of González, which so far has been a big factor in the fight. Going away to training camp certainly appears to have benefited Jhonny González. A very smooth professional performance so far in the first 3 rounds.
Looks very, very good.
Hooking off the jab again. Leads with a left hook. Lands the 1-2 across the top. Vázquez has nothing with which to answer.
Nope.
Finally, a good body shot inside by Vázquez, and that's backed González right off. And now there is a massive welt outside the right eye of Israel Vázquez. It is beginning to swell. It looks like a blood blister.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a blood blister, you know.
Now there's some blood coming.
That's from his nose, and that was there at the end of the last round, too. That happened toward the end of round 2.
But Vázquez has not been able to figure out how to deal with this style tonight.
And the blood blister outside his right eye is like nothing I've seen in a prize fight before, I think.
And that's just what it is, too. It's normally what you get on your...
Through round 3, by CompuBox count, Jhonny González is averaging 97 total punches per round, 74 jabs per round. Vázquez averaging 63 total punches per round. So González is averaging 11 more jabs per round, and total punches for Vázquez who is dumped right on the seat of his pants by a left hook.
He's been so frustrated in trying to figure a way to get in that he can't even think, and C punches is coming at him.
Right, and the jabs set up that hook.
Yeah, that's what he's working on. He's working the left hand so much that Vázquez is having problems.
Oh, he rocks González with a big right hand inside.
González tried to come in and see just what Vázquez had left, and he found out.
Absolutely right. Body punches by González, but now Vázquez is getting his chances inside.
Yeah, but I think that González has got a rhythm that I don't think he's going to lose still in this fight here.
Well, certainly González seems to be handling the distraction of his bloodied nose better than Vázquez is handling the distraction of his damaged right eye.
I don't see that's distracting him too much. I just think it's the long arms and the style of González that's distracting Vázquez.
Right hand by González bothered Vázquez. Blood is flying out of the nose of González.
I agree.
Vázquez lands another left hook. González with the right across the top. I'm just saying that between rounds, Vázquez was obviously distracted by it. He was grimacing with pain, and he didn't seem to be really ready when the round began.
Yeah. I think the whole fight, the whole night is a problem for him, where it's turning out to be.
So Israel Vázquez, who's been sailing through, suddenly finds himself in adversity. And we'll learn a little bit more about what kind of a fighter he is.
González is a classy stand-up
machine
boxer puncher.
Yeah,
great four-punch combination by González there, including a vicious left hook to the body. Vázquez with a good body shot. Two fighters raised in Mexico City. Mexico, once a hotbed of intense brawlers who gave no quarter and didn't mind taking punishment to give it. Fighting a skilled boxing match.
Yes.
This is not what you used to say.
No, you would never know these are two Mexicans if they wasn't Mexicans.
Good right hand by Vázquez. González took it very well.
Vázquez is still trying to land that pass shot. He has not lost his determination.
I think he hasn't invested enough in trying to go to the body against a taller opponent.
But I think the wake-up call out of 261, only a 22% connect percentage. Not good for him. González, 103 out of 379. The key number there, 379. He's already thrown 118 more punches than Vázquez in only 4 rounds. That's nearly 30 punches per round more that González has been throwing up to this point.
And he's been pretty accurate too. He hasn't been missing a lot of punches.
Heard Freddie Roach telling Israel Vázquez, don't try to lead with your right from outside. He's got to jab his way in.
No, he's a good boxer, but also the guy can punch pretty good himself. That's why you have to be careful. You're so preoccupied at trying to find a way to get in, and then you forget and get caught yourself.
González having another good round here. He's already ripped Vázquez with a clean left hook. Landed several jabs. Vázquez having difficulty again with the length and the range of González.
Yep.
Needs to find more ways to get inside. Freddie Roach urging him to jab his way inside. It's not that easily done against a guy who's throwing 70 jabs.
And González is fighting like a machine. He's got a little rhythm, and he hasn't lost his rhythm the whole night.
That's González's blood on the forehead of Vázquez. Marco Antonio Barrera's nose bled like that through most of his first fight with Rocky Juarez. The rematch comes up just a little bit later tonight. Barrera won that fight. González is winning this one. Good body shot by Vázquez. Good left hook. Good right hand by González. Punishing Vázquez for trying to throw his left.
González is not just tasting his own blood, it's leaking down so heavily that he's almost sipping it. But it seems not to deter him at all.
No, it's affected his breathing, but it hasn't really affected his fighting. And a nosebleed sometimes is very difficult to stop. You can stop an eye cut better than a nosebleed sometimes.
This may be Vázquez's best round, but whether he wins it or not is another story.
After that González combination, it's a challenged story.
González's face and body are streaked by his own blood.
Look out.
Oh, good body shot by González. Ripping Vázquez twice to punctuate another good. He has fought virtually every round exactly the same way. We go to the 6th. Because of the knockdown in the 4th round, we have not had a chance yet to bring you Harold explicating his scorecard. That will happen at the beginning of the next round, barring more dramatic action.
Well, I've peeked at Harold's scorecard, and what you see is what you're going to get.
In other words, it's a shutout so far.
I'm not giving it away completely. Harold needs his minute in the spotlight.
Doesn't he, though? That'll be coming up. The producers would prefer that you say 20 seconds, Larry.
They've always preferred that, but
Harold has his own ideas, I know.
He's got his own clock.
Oh, good body shot inside by González. He's fighting a near-perfect fight.
Yeah, he's fighting like a machine tonight. Steadily moving in and out, punching, never losing his rhythm, never letting Vázquez get set. Vázquez lands a punch, he'll come back with 2 or 3 punches to keep him from getting his confidence up.
González is just 26 years old, just turned 26 recently, so if this fight keeps going the way it is, you're looking at a fighter who's going to be around for a while and will make his presence known. Whether he excites people is another matter.
You know, I've always thought that Dwayne Wade's misplaced Y probably incentivizes him to be better, to be special, to really bring himself up off the page. I wonder if Jhonny González's misplaced 8 does the same thing for him.
You can hear the fans.
They wanted a Mexican fight.
They wanted a fight, and it's one-sided, no matter what kind of a fight it is. And in entertainment value, if not in skill level, this pales in comparison to Barrios and Guzman.
We are midway through the 12-round distance for this next-to-last fight on our pay-per-view card. Israel Vázquez defending his share of the 122-pound world title against Jhonny González, moving up from 118 pounds. A brilliant performance so far for González in the burgundy trunks. Earlier, in a really rough fight, Joan Guzman of Dominican Republic beat Jorge Barrios of Argentina by decision. There's a beautiful left hook and the second knockdown of the fight. And second time that Vázquez has been down.
6,
and I think
7, 8, okay?
That one hurt Vázquez, maybe not physically so much as it was a punctuation, is a straight shooter.
And he's fighting with a very complicated, very intriguing fighter who's doing a variety of things tonight.
He's moving up in weight, and he has so far completely dominated Israel Vázquez with a brilliant display of jabbing, boxing skill, left hook, couple of power punches that mean something. Vázquez just hasn't gotten much done. Harold Letterman, how do you have it so far?
Okay, Jim, 6-0, 60-52, Jhonny González. You got to give him an extra point in rounds 4 and 6 for the knockdown. Jim, I talk about ring generalship all the time. This is beautiful ring generalship. He keeps it at the end of that jab, perfect distance, works off the jab sets up the left hooks and the straight right hands. 6-0, González.
And González looks like he really wants to finish this in sensational style. Is that a mistake?
No, I think no. He's landing enough punches. He can gamble. It is a gamble, but I think the way his rhythm is going now, I don't think nothing is going to stop him.
And Vázquez has hit him a couple of solid shots and doesn't seem to have moved him at all.
No, when he hits him, that's what's been so good. He'll come right back to keep Vázquez from getting his confidence up.
No, indeed, Vázquez has only one thing to show for his efforts all night, and that's González's bloody nose. But while the blood keeps flowing, the punches keep coming, and González keeps landing.
He's fighting a very good fight, keeping a good tempo. You never let this man get set.
Oh, that's a good body shot by Vázquez. Momentarily knocked González off body.
The question here is, Vázquez got the kind of stuff to pull this out? Is he willing to sell out, knowing that he's so far behind he needs a knockout?
I believe he does, myself personally. I don't know if it will happen, but I'm just looking at his facial expression. He's never lost his determination, and he's still punching with full power.
I agree. I think he's going to go out on his shield.
Good right hand there. There it is.
Knocks González down with a right hand.
Yep. Yep.
Well, I think we told you he wouldn't win.
Yep. Great right hand. He never lost his determination. You can see that in his face.
That's why big punches are never out of the fight. That's why Vázquez is never out of the fight.
And González may really be hurt here.
He's in trouble.
Because he was just
holding on.
But he's doing what he should do. Clinch. Don't care what the crowd say. Just clinch. Don't trade punches while you're hurt like this.
Well, that got the crowd's attention.
Buying time. Kenny Bayless watching. González effectively buys another 5 seconds. Doesn't have his legs back yet. Vázquez still looking for another big shot. González starts to throw again.
Now this is becoming what the fans want to see.
10 seconds left in the round. Vázquez searching and searching. González professionally makes it out of the round. It's as simple as that. He still hasn't had a chance to throw what I think is his best punch. One of the better uppercuts you'll see in the sport. Power in 7. Vázquez 19 out of 36. González 18 out of 38.
Most important, Jim, it's revived the spirits
of Vázquez.
Suddenly he came out thinking, I got a chance here.
But I think both guys have a lot of confidence now. I think González has recuperated. He's going to try to pick it back up where he left off.
I think the next 5 rounds are going to be fascinating.
Very
if it goes that far. And you're right, Vázquez's energy level is way up again.
Don't hold him, no hold.
And González doesn't have the same confidence anymore.
Work out.
For one thing, he's not throwing his jab as frequently as he did in preceding rounds.
No, he's a gangly type fighter, and he's got to get back. He's fighting a little too close now.
And there's another knock that, nope, Kenny Bayless is going to say it was a push. But there was a body shot in there that did damage.
But he's got to get back to fighting at his zone that he was fighting from. He's beginning to fight too close now.
I didn't see what happened there because of the angle we're sitting at. But I don't think González would have gone down if Vázquez hadn't punched at him. To me, that is a knockdown.
Well, it was a good body shot and a push.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a 50-50 call.
You know, off balance or not, if you don't go down because you're not hit, that's one thing. If you go down,
González is fighting to let him get too close now.
González has knocked Vázquez down twice and has won the round. Vázquez has knocked González down once in the last round and had him on the canvas again here. It was not ruled a knockdown. But look at the determination in the face of Israel Vázquez now as he searches for another opportunity to get inside.
González is still back to his rhythm again. He's trying to take control of the fight.
Good left hook by Vázquez. González not nearly as free with his jab now. Misses over the top with the right hand.
But he's taking control of the fight again.
He's starting to let his punches go again. When he lets his hands go, he puts Vázquez on the defensive.
And don't forget, he punches pretty good himself, too.
Obviously. 2 knockdowns already. Good right hand by González over the top. He's the one with the reach.
It's interesting. After being knocked down and hurt seriously, he's come back and won the very next round.
Well, I don't think Vázquez is even considering the possibility of winning a decision at this point. If he is, he's out of his mind. So it really isn't important to him to win rounds. it's important to try to find more chances to hurt González.
You know, I would have to go along with whatever the referee called in that case.
Kenny Bayless ruled it not a knockdown. Power shots through 8. Vázquez 77 out of 186. He's got his connect percentage up to 41% on the power shots. That's much higher than before. González 95 out of 209 in power shots, 45%. His average number of jabs per round has dropped to 67, but that's still quite extraordinary, throwing 67 jabs per round. At one point earlier in the fight, he was throwing 80 jabs per round. Two-thirds of the way through the fight. González trying to put the finishing touches on what would be a rousing decision victory, or so it would appear. And Vázquez looking for a knockout, lands a big left hook, and hurts González. Not that badly, though. Here comes Jhonny coming back. But the blood starts to flow again, liberally from the nose. Got to be a distraction, Emmanuel.
Vázquez is very strong with the punching power. But the thing about it is you have to watch, González still punches with pretty good power.
Yeah, and keeps Vázquez on the defensive and now loses his balance. Israel chases him into the ropes and now smiles and laughs about it.
Well, you can see the really physical strength difference is much for Vázquez. González is still a gangly type kid. He doesn't have the still best coordination and strength, but still he's just so busy all the time.
When Meldrick Taylor tasted his blood throughout his fight with Julio Cesar Chavez, we were later told that people at the hospital thought Taylor may have swallowed as much as a half gallon of his own blood in that fight.
But I think his was mostly bad bleeding in the mouth, whereas for the most part, González is bleeding at the nose, so a lot of that blood is just running down his face.
Correct. The blood from Taylor's mouth was inside his mouth and was going straight down his throat.
And you notice that González is fighting with his mouth open to get breath.
Because he can't breathe out of his nose.
Correct.
Vázquez got in a low blow, got warned for it.
Work out. Stop. Get back. Come on, girls. There we go.
Israel Vázquez was about a half-inch wide to the right with a right hand that could have done some damage.
Well, you can
look at the power he tries to put on the uppercut. That was the first time all night he really tried to throw that vicious left uppercut that
and he better watch it. Don't get caught by himself, because still González is still punching pretty hard himself.
No.
And Vázquez can get a little too overconfident and get caught himself if you don't watch it.
Well, no pain, no gain. He's got to take those chances now.
Yeah.
Oh, he's won this round with big shots, that's for sure. But winning rounds isn't going to help him much now. Trying to get a knockout and hurting González throughout the round. Power shots in 9. Vázquez 21 out of 41, including some solid left hooks. González 16 out of 42, including only 9 of 45 jabs. As González throws fewer jabs, Vázquez has more chances to get inside and land big stuff. So the fight still hangs in the balance with 3 rounds to go. Harold, how do you have it through 9?
Okay, Jim. 8 rounds. Let's see. We got it 7 rounds to 2. 87. 81, Jhonny González. Jim, the one thing that'd kill this fight is if the judges scored a blood. You know, you get a guy all bloody, and a lot of times the judges see the blood, they start scoring rounds for Vázquez, then he's not winning. I thought Vázquez did win 2 rounds in this fight. He definitely won round 9, and he won the round where he knocked him down, which was round 7. But other than that, a masterful performance by Jhonny González, keeping him on the end of the jab, working the hook and the straight right hand off the jab.
Between rounds, González had his mouthpiece out in the corner and was licking the blood off his top lip. His cornerman urging him, don't lick the blood off your lip. We'll wipe it. But it's an instinct. Vázquez's face is a swollen mass. His nose may be broken up around the bridge. There's a low blow by González. Timeout. Vázquez has 5 minutes if he wants him.
Yeah, he's not going to take 5 minutes.
No, he's not going to take 5 minutes because he's warmed up and he wants to fight.
One more, and I'm going to start deducting points.
So no point deduction for that low blow.
Time in.
Both fighters have been warned once.
Kenny Bayless doing an excellent job there of warning González that was a hard blow below the belt, and only one more would initiate a deduction.
Stop! Let him up.
Good left hook by Vázquez, and he's wobbled González again, and there's the second knockdown that Vázquez scores of González, and González doesn't look good.
No. Physically, the strength is taking its toll.
They're waving the flag in Jhonny's corner.
Why are they doing
Vázquez
that?
has won the fight. They're throwing in the towel in Jhonny González's corner.
I don't believe this.
Chavez Taylor all over.
Why did his corner, with a minute to go in the round, do they know their fighters so well that they thought he had nothing left?
Blood or legs?
And he was winning that round to me up until the knockdown.
I don't understand why they threw in the towel or called for the end of the fight.
Oscar Suarez and Jhonny González's father together came to the apron to throw in the towel.
And
You wonder if that was his father making that decision. I mean, he got up like a military guy getting up off the floor.